Hey guys, what's up? I want to take a few minutes here and just talk about something that really has been cropping up since the 49ers division round game last year, and I kind of want to talk about it because it looks like this is the second or third time it's happened so far this year. So it's something that's been on my radar, and it's something that's continuing to be on my radar. So I wanted to point it out here, and so here we're going to bring up this play, and then we'll kind of walk through it a little bit. So this is. But the Packers kind of drift strike, kind of however you want to call it. It's something I've talked about a lot in here. Basically, you're going to have play fake, bomb, vertical route, a little bang dig there. So the idea is get the play fake in, have the quarterback set his foot hard, look back, hit the dig across the middle. The idea is, as with all play action, you're drawing the guys up. So you usually play fake away from the dig side. So you got the running back going this way. You're play faking that way because you're trying to draw these linebackers up and away to create a pocket of space in the middle. Now, like I said, Niners did a really good job of this in the division round playoff game, and the Jets seem to make that a point too here. So what they're going to do, we're going to watch this guy in the middle. I think it's going to be him because they're going to have a couple different things. Again, you're going to kind of bang, bang. I think you got a split action there. You're going to have a release there. And so you're going to have these guys kind of like doing their own thing. This guy in the middle is not even going to look like he's going to take the bait on the play action. So there's a play fake. It's not even done yet. See that? Look, they're pushing. Line selling it. Rogers got his arm. Dillon has his arms open. He's got all this. Not even a step forward. He's taking a step back because you're more concerned there. Okay, so Rogers plants his foot. He's looking. He wants to throw this dig. That's the point of the play. That guy's sitting right in the middle there. Now, this has been, to date in this season, this has been the most consistent passing concept the Packers have run. Consistently picking up, 12 to 15 to 20 yards on this play consistently. When that guy drops in the middle, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. And so then you end up having to look elsewhere. This ball ends up going, the result doesn't really matter. Result ends up going here. He kind of comes back late to Dobbs. Throw goes outside. We'll look at that in a second. If he puts it on the body or throws it inside, that's maybe a completion. That doesn't matter. It's not really what we're talking about right now. We're talking about this guy. All right. So again, what are they doing? What are they trying to do? And then beyond that, how do you combat that? So a couple different, we'll start with why can the Jets do that? Why are the Jets looking to do this? It's a thought process thing. Now, as far as the training and the coaching, I'm not entirely sure because this is something play action. You read certain keys as a linebacker, you come up, so you're breaking that tendency on the defensive side. So you're saying, I know this looks like a run. I want you to not look at the run. I want you to not respect the run. And again, not a super easy thing to coach, but it's something we're seeing more and more. Again, the Niners did it last year. Something the Bears did this year, and I think there's actually one other game this year as well, where they're looking to take this away. And what they're saying, as the defense is saying, is we believe with our front 4, 5, 6, how many guys there? Usually 4 if they think they can dominate you on the line, which the Jets were doing all day. We believe our 4 guys or our 5 guys up front can beat your guys up front, and we can stop the run that way. And if we can stop the run with the front, then we can drop our guys. So if we can stop it here, we can stop it up here, this doesn't matter. And we're not going to bring this guy down. This guy does not have to be a part of the fit until you can kill us over and to get over again. The gamble you're taking is basically you're saying, I would rather give up 5 or 6 yards on the run, a pop, until you force us out of this look, rather than give up an explosive in the past game. So I'm going to take away this shot that I know you like. I'm going to drop away because I know my front guys. So that's the gamble you're taking. Now to combat this, how do you combat this? Well, and I guess I'll run the whole play and then we'll kind of talk about how you can combat this. Here he's looking just because I know we all kind of want to see this. All right. Goes out, we'll run it forward, we'll kind of look at that. And then we'll kind of go back. And before we get out of here, we'll talk about the different ways, a couple different ways you can really kind of combat this or attack that area. He's looking at, it's not there. He's falling underneath. He comes back late. Again, ball goes outside where Dobbs has to go up for it. If that's inside or on the body, likely a completion. So just ball's a little off there. It did not do what they intended to do, and then also the ball in the secondary was a little off. So a couple different things went wrong there, really. But so okay, so how do you combat this? If we're saying this guy here, okay, all these guys, we're stopping the run here. Actually, we'll do different colors here to make this a little clearer if we can. These guys here, we believe are going to stop the run. This guy here, he's taking away the middle. We're not giving you the dig. We're not giving you anything over the middle. This guy is going to widen out. Like these two guys would say are going to widen out because that's what typically is going to happen. Or they're going to look at that. We're going to look at this guy here within the structure of this play. There's a couple different ways you could do this. So one of the ways that you can do, so again, if this guy's retreating, you want to attack the space he is no longer in, right? Throw where they ain't, basically. So if this guy's going to vacate, the question is, how do I attack this spot right here? The way you can attack that spot there based on this current alignment, there's a couple different ways you could go about this from other alignments, but from this alignment, you turn this route, or I can't remember if it's the fullback or the running back here, turn this route instead of a flat, which they end up doing that, you turn this into a choice route. So you say you're going to set him in, or even just a straight angle route. So you don't really give him a choice, but you're making it look like you're giving him a choice to the defense. You're pushing out to widen this guy. You cut back inside. When you cut back inside, it's right in the area vacated right here. So you take advantage of that. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it would be, again, under this alignment, you couldn't really do it. You need a couple guys to do this. You run a more kind of traditional drive concept. Let's see, we'll run it from this side. So let's say, for the sake of argument, this is going to be your vertical route. This is going to be your dig route. So we'll keep it kind of a drift look. We'll do that. You can then do from here, you run a drag there. So what that does is this puts the middle linebacker there, that puts him in a bind, because he's saying this is classic high-low. This is old West Coast stuff, attacking, somewhat too high stuff back in those days. You're kind of reverting back to that. As the league has gone more too high, you see the concepts kind of revert that way as well. You're saying, I'm putting this guy in a bind. This is a high-low. If he falls back here, I've got the drag. If he comes down the drag, I've got the dig route behind him. You've got that. The other way you can do it, you're targeting that same guy. You can do whatever you want with that guy. You do what I don't know what's called in the for him playbook. In the Shanahan playbook, it's something called arches, which is kind of the same thing. You're kind of pairing that angle route. So you kind of we'll get rid of this route here. And we'll have him do, I don't know, whatever. Let's have him run a fade route. We'll just get him out of there. So he runs a fade. You run a drag to kind of target that guy. You get the defense moving, and then you run that little angle behind it. If you want, you can flare that guy out, take care of that guy. So then it's kind of a delayed, kind of same idea, not the exact same idea, I guess. It's like a drive. It's not really a high-low, but it's really more of you're moving this to move this guy over, and then you hit him behind it. So that's arches. So again, the whole idea of this is, if they're going to take away for an offense, this is the push-pull of the offense defense. If the defense is saying, we're not giving you play action, we're going to drop this guy back in here to take away that dig that you love so dearly. How do you attack that? And those are a couple different ways you can attack that within that structure. Is you can say, I want to go drive, or you go a dig and a drag, or you say, I'm going to go arches like that and a flare out to kind of take care of that. A few different ways you can do that. If this is something that keeps up, again, with offenses, with the way play action has gone, with kind of that we've not quite hit an inflection point on that yet. Some teams are doing. I think Atlanta's running play action on close to 50% of their passes, which they run a lot. But I think we're kind of hitting a point now where teams are saying, all right, listen, they're killing us with play action. Most teams are going 35%, not most teams, I guess, but north of 25, between 25, 35 range. We're running play action. We got to find a way to combat this. Would not be shocked to see the defense kind of looking at this and saying, all right, this is just what we're doing now. Unless you can prove you can kill us with the run, we're dropping this guy. You can find another way to beat us, which again, football cyclical, takes you back to the West Coast, high-low, across the middle stuff, drive, you get arches, stuff like that. And so that's kind of what I'm looking to see. Probably went way too long on this, but I hope someone found some value in it. It's interesting to me anyway. Again, just kind of a league trend that we're seeing within the Packers game here. And so I kind of want to touch on that. So thank you as always for joining me. I will see you next time.